Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. I keep asking why Syria and why now? No war in America's history has ever been opposed by 71% of the citizens or 75% of the military. That's how absurd and unnecessary this war is. Then you realize Obama has so many scandals and failures to hide. War is the perfect cover story to mask the most disastrous record in modern presidential history. Obama's a desperate man. He has to cover up the truth. We have a con man in the White House. The sad thing is, it's working. The media headlines should be about the massive IRS scandal ordered by the Obama administration and aimed at Tea Parties, Obama critics, and GOP donors. Because it's no longer in the headlines, because of Syria hogging the media spotlight, no one is mentioning that the IRS attacks on conservative leaders and groups is the worst political persecution in modern history. It was a witch hunt conducted by big government employees upon conservatives who stand for smaller government. It was an attempt to end free speech, and it was a massive fraud to change the outcome of the 2012 presidential election. Obama's re-election is a fraud. But Obama's used Syria to push the IRS scandal out of the headlines. We have a con man in the White House. The media headlines should be about the NSA scandal, aimed at violating the civil rights and invading the privacy of every American citizen. But with Syria hogging the media spotlight, we've all but forgotten that Obama listens to every phone call, watches every email. Big Brother rules our lives. If a Republican were in the White House, this massive violation of our civil liberties would be the #1 news story in the nation. But with Syria in the headlines, we don't hear a word about the NSA scandal anymore. We have a con man in the White House. The media headlines should be about Benghazi. Not only should everyone be asking why 4 American heroes died, including the first U.S. ambassador killed in over 30 years, but why? Were they killed with weapons supplied by the Obama administration to al-Qaeda rebels? Why haven't Obama and Hillary Clinton been forced to resign in disgrace? Hillary left with no disgrace for the worst and most obvious cover-up in modern presidential history. Like the IRS scandal, the Benghazi scandal changed the outcome of the 2012 presidential election. Would Obama have been reelected if the public knew there was no spontaneous demonstration outside our embassy that day, and the weapons used to attack our embassy were supplied by our own CIA upon orders of Obama? Would Obama have been reelected if Americans knew there was time to save those brave heroes defending our embassy, but Obama and Hillary refused to send a rescue team multiple times? Fraud, once again, was committed to re-elect Obama. But with Syria in the headlines, no one's mentioning Benghazi anymore. We have a con man in the White House. The media headlines should be about Obamacare, a fast-moving train wreck about to destroy the entire U.S. economy. It's so bad that Congress exempted themselves a month ago. It's so bad that union leaders met with Obama at the White House just last week to demand they all be exempted or Obamacare repealed immediately. Yes, unions are asking for the repeal of Obamacare, the signature achievement of the man they elected president. Shouldn't this story be in the headlines day and night? It's so bad the head of the IRS testified in front of Congress that he didn't want Obamacare, and he's in charge of enforcing it. It's so bad that the telemarketing company Obama hired to promote Obamacare employs part-time workers so they don't have to offer health insurance to their employees. It's so bad that fast food chains are sharing employees, so no one works more than 29 hours, thereby avoiding Obamacare requirements. And what about the questions? Obamacare demands doctors by law ask every patient questions about their sexual histories. Then that information will be turned over to the government. Big Brother will use this information to control our lives. Conservative politicians like me will be blackmailed into supporting big government, or forced to resign as their personal information is leaked by Obama. How about women? Where are the women's groups protesting in the streets? Where are the headlines? Oh, right. Syria is in the headlines. We have a con man in the White House. The media headlines should be about this part-time economy created by Obamacare. The numbers are sickening. It's a slow-moving train wreck. The whole country is being reduced to nothing but crummy, crappy part-time jobs. Since January, 77% of all jobs created in America under Obama have been part-time jobs. Not surprisingly, in a nation with only crummy part-time jobs, the income picture is degenerating into a nightmare. Real household income has dropped in every year of Obama's presidency. A new Census Bureau report reveals the typical American family under Obama now earns less today than it did in 1989. How about the numbers living in poverty under Obama? An unimaginable 46.5 million Americans now live in poverty, twice as many as the population of Syria. Maybe it's America we should be invading, not Syria. There are more Americans on food stamps, 23.1 million, than the population of the entire Northeast United States, including New York, Boston, and Philadelphia. But with a possible war in Syria in the headlines, no one is noticing all these scandals, all this terrible news, a crumbling economy, and a collapsing middle class. Obama has clearly wrecked America for generations to come. We either have a con man in the White House or a madman. I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week, same time, same place. God bless America, because we need it now more than any time in our history. Bye-bye.